So, in the last few classes, we have discussed few problems. Sometimes those are previous year's questions of IOQM and some other problems also. To, to just discuss the nature of you can say that what kind of questions you have to practice. Okay, so but in from today onward, we will try to focus on the syllabus, and we have made syllabus and how we can proceed. So you can think like that, that today class, from today onward, we will try to focus on our syllabus, and accordingly we will give you problem set. So in today class, आप लोग को पता है like so first of all, so we will discuss basics mathematics. Okay, and what do you mean by basics mathematics कि and ये आपको किसी भी competitions के लिए आपको चाहिए, and when I'm saying I'm talking about basics mathematics, तो जाहिर सी बात है कि उसमें अलग अलग आपके यू कैन से कि टॉपिक से अलग अलग चीज़ें आएंगे. तो फॉर एन एग्जांपल लाइक मैं ऑलवेज मैं समझता हूँ कि आपको बेसिक्स इनइक्वलिटी आना चाहिए, एंड लाइक सो फंक्शंस, बेसिक्स फंक्शंस के बारे में आपको जानकारी होना चाहिए कि फंक्शंस क्या है, और पार्टिकुलरली लाइक मॉडुलस, सो दैट मॉडुलस में हम इनइक्वलिटी डिस्कस कर पाएँ, लॉगरिथम में कर पाएँ, एंड और भी कई डिफरेंट टाइप्स के फंक्शन है जो जस्ट बेसिक्स लेवल्स पर हमें उसके बारे में डिस्कशन जरूरी है. ओके, तो लेट अस स्टार्ट विथ फंक्शन. एंड सो डू यू नो व्हाट इज फंक्शन? So function is an, you can say function is a machine, function is an mapping, you can say an operator. Okay, so function is also always related to two data sets. Okay, so if one data set is called input, another data set is called output. So if you give input to the machine, or you can say you can give input to the function, you will get output. Okay, so this is the informal definition. So I am just defining functions. So in today class, I must say that I will just briefly define function, and कुछ उसके साथ जो टर्मिनोलॉजी होगा वो एसोसिएटेड होगा, लाइक व्हाट इज डोमेन ऑफ द फंक्शंस, मे बी यू हैव हर्ड रेंज क्या है ना, एंड कितने डिफरेंट टाइप्स के फंक्शन है, ये तो कहना मुश्किल नहीं है. आप हम कोई भी फंक्शंस बना सकते हैं, राइट? तो बट हम कुछ बेसिक्स टाइप के फंक्शंस देखेंगे, एंड उससे रिलेटेड कुछ प्रॉपर्टी, ओके, कुछ इनइक्वलिटी, एंड सो लेट अस स्टार्ट. आई थिंक टुडे के क्लास में हम ये कवर करेंगे. सो फंक्शन हर चीज फंक्शन है, राइट? लाइक फॉर एन एग्जांपल इस रूम का टेम्परेचर, तो टेम्परेचर किसका फंक्शन हो सकता है? Like okay, so first of all I'm defining functions, okay, and then we will discuss few things. So functions मैं अभी सेट के साथ डिफाइन कर रहा हूँ, और मैं एज्यूम करके चल रहा हूँ कि यू नो बेसिक्स की व्हाट इज सेट, राइट? सो सेट को ऑलवेज ऐसे लिख सकते हैं कि इफ फंक्शन f is defined from set A to set B, such that each elements of set A is associated with unique element of set B. ओके, सो ये बोल रहा है कि फंक्शन जो है दो सेट के बीच मैपिंग है ना। मैपिंग किस तरह से है कि ईच एंड एवरी एलिमेंट ऑफ सेट ए, मतलब सेट, ओके, सो यहां पर ये काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है। ओके, सो ईच this part, and here I must write each and every, each and every, okay, so yeah, तो किस तरह से मैपिंग है कि सेट ए के जो भी एलिमेंट्स है सेट बी के एलिमेंट के साथ क्या है, वो एसोसिएटेड है। इसको बहुत सिंपल वे में भी देख सकते हैं, आपके क्लास में जितने स्टूडेंट्स हैं और आपके इधर कुछ मार्क्स का लिस्ट दिया हुआ है और आपके स्कूल में एग्जाम हुआ है, तो हर बच्चा का कुछ ना कुछ मार्क्स आया होगा, राइट। तो आपका यहाँ पर बोल सकते हैं कि सेट ए जो है वो नेम ऑफ द स्टूडेंट हुआ और सेट बी क्या हुआ, मार्क्स है। ऐसा हो सकता है कि कुछ मार्क्स हो जिसमें किसी का वो मार्क्स नहीं आया हो, आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट, बट हर स्टूडेंट का मार्क्स आया होगा अगर वो एग्जाम दिया होगा, तो आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट। तो सेट ए में सारा एलिमेंट एसोसिएट होना चाहिए, किसके साथ, सेट बी के। और कैसे एसोसिएट होगा, यहाँ पर अगेन 2 पॉइंट्स इंपॉर्टेंट है कि ईच एंड एवरी एलिमेंट ऑफ सेट एंड सेकंड पॉइंट यूनिक एलिमेंट ऑफ सेट बी, दिस इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। कि ऐसा नहीं है कि एक बच्चे का एक सब्जेक्ट में 2-2 मार्क्स आया हो, इज इट नॉट पॉसिबल, राइट। सो अगर हम इसको अच्छा, इसको हम कैसे रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, आप नोट करके लिख सकते हैं कि इट्स represented as ऐसे आपने देखे हैं पहले कहीं भी, so f is the function, okay, it's defined from set f to set b। इसी को जस्ट एक लिखने का एक तरीका है कि फंक्शन कैसे कहां से कहां डिफाइंड है, सेट ए से सेट बी की तरफ। हम कुछ एग्जांपल्स लेते हैं, ओके, एंड या तो आप मुझे बताना कि इसमें से कौन सा फंक्शंस नहीं है, या सो मैं कुछ एग्जांपल्स दे रहा हूं। Which of the following are function, और मैं यहां पर लिख रहा हूं कि फंक्शन f, सो से लाइक आपके फॉर एग्जांपल एक सेट ए है, ये आपका सेट बी है, एंड इसके एलिमेंट से ए बी सी है, ये है आपका फॉर एग्जांपल से एक्स वाई, और मैं ऐसे किया हूं, सेकेंड, इसको आप एग्जांपल्स मत लो, इसको आपको बताना है जस्ट मैं क्वेश्चंस दिया हूं, ओके, ये आपका क्वेश्चंस है। सेकंड है कि इसको अगर मैं ऐसे लिखता हूं कि आर के इसके से भी के व्हाटएवर कुछ नेम से, एंड से उसके मार्क्स है ऐसे, ये फंक्शन आपका सोचिए कि मैपिंग उसको, सो फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने ऐसे लिया 30 40 50 60 और ओके, सो आप इसमें पहले आप दो में बताइए कि ये फंक्शंस है क्या, है, क्योंकि ये दो प्रॉपर्टी जो मैंने लिखा था कि सेट ए का सारा एलिमेंट एसोसिएट होना चाहिए। तो देखिए सेट ए में कोई रिमेनिंग नहीं है, हर एक एलिमेंट किसी न किसी के साथ क्या है, एसोसिएटेड है, राइट। अच्छा, इधर मैं लिख देता हूं, जस्ट अभी ऐसे लिखता हूं एक्स वाई जेड। अभी फंक्शन है क्या, ये नहीं है, है। मैंने सेट बी के बारे में नहीं बोला था कुछ, मैंने बोला था कि सेट ए में कोई ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि मैपिंग ना हो। सेट बी में खाली रह सकता है, कोई प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं है। ओके, सो दिस इज आल्सो अ फंक्शन। यू हैव टू जस्ट थिंक अबाउट टू थिंग्स कि सेट ए में हर एलिमेंट्स के साथ मैपिंग होना चाहिए, यस और नो, इसमें कोई खाली नहीं रहना चाहिए। और ओके, सो ए हो गया कि ईच एंड एवरी एलिमेंट। ओके, ए फंक्शन है क्या, नहीं है। क्यों नहीं है, क्योंकि ई एलिमेंट का मैपिंग किसी के साथ नहीं है। तो एक काम करते हैं, इसको फॉर एन एग्जांपल ऐसे कर देता हूं। अभी फंक्शन है क्या, है, क्योंकि सारा एलिमेंट एसोसिएटेड है। तो कोई बोलेगा कि यूनिकली एसोसिएटेड है क्या, लिखा हुआ था कि ईच एंड एवरी एलिमेंट ऑफ सेट ए एसोसिएटेड विथ यूनिक एलिमेंट ऑफ सेट बी। एसोसिएटेड है क्या, है। सोचिए कि सिबलिंग एंड मदर रिलेशनशिप्स। सो अगर मैं आई हैव 3 ब्रदर्स, तो मैं अपना मदर का नाम लिखूंगा तो मेरी मदर तो एक ही है, मेरे भाई के लिए भी वही है। आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट। तो यूनिकनेस का मतलब हुआ कि इस तरह का चीजें नहीं होना चाहिए, कि ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है कि एक पर्सन का दो दो मदर हो, ये नहीं होना चाहिए। आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट। सो दिस इज मैपिंग विद दिस 30। जैसे 3 स्टूडेंट है, सेम मार्क्स हो सकता है, उस बच्चे का तो उसी सेम ही मार्क्स है। ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि उसका 30 भी मार्क्स है और 50 भी मार्क्स है। आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट। सो दैट्स व्हाई कि ईच एलिमेंट ऑफ सेट इज एसोसिएटेड विथ यूनिक एलिमेंट ऑफ सेट भी। ओके, तो बोथ आर फंक्शंस, राइट। क्योंकि मैंने, और ऐसे आप, अब आपको कोई भी वेन डायग्राम्स दे तो आप बता ही सकते हो, राइट। तो मैं एक जस्ट छोटा सा लाइक मैं जस्ट एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूं। और ए एरो है मतलब सेट ए टू सेट बी है। ओके, सो फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक, सो ए बी सी इधर ले लो 1 2। ये फंक्शन है क्या, नहीं है। क्यों, क्योंकि जो ए है वो यूनिकली एसोसिएटेड नहीं है सेट बी के एलिमेंट के साथ, राइट। सो दिस इज नॉट अ फंक्शन। ओके, एंड जो आपके आरएमओ के और जो ओलंपियाड के बोल सकते हैं, इवन जेई में भी वही है कि आप जो पढ़ते हैं वो है कि वन वेरिएबल रियल फंक्शंस पढ़ते हैं। मतलब आपका, जैसे टेम्परेचर की बात किया कि टेम्परेचर भी फंक्शन है, किसका फंक्शन है। जैसे अभी इस रूम्स का जो टेम्परेचर होगा, और सोचिए कलकत्ता के ही जो डिफरेंट रीजन में टेम्परेचर होगा, वो अलग अलग हो सकता है, हो ही सकता है, या कोई और सिटी में ले ले। तो एक तो टेम्परेचर किस पर डिपेंड किया, पोजीशन पर, लोकेशन पर, है ना। और ऐसे भी हो सकता है कि लाइक अगर इवन टाइम भी अगर इसी रूम का देख ले, या कलकत्ता कहीं भी जिस आपके ही घर में, तो मॉर्निंग में टेम्परेचर अलग होगा, शाम में अलग होगा। तो जगह तो फिक्स है, लेकिन टाइम का भी फंक्शन है, अलग अलग टाइम पर टेम्परेचर अलग अलग हो सकता है। और भी कुछ, ये तो डायरेक्ट दिख रहे हैं, और भी किसी चीज का हो सकता है, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पैरामीटर इन्वॉल्व। सो बट ये जो है वो वन वेरिएबल फंक्शन नहीं है। जैसे यहाँ पर हम लोग लिख रहे हैं कि अगर आप फंक्शंस को रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे, इसको ऐसे, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, फॉर एग्जांपल एफ एक्स इक्वल टू, ऐसे मैंने लिखा। तो इफ यू आर जस्ट पुटिंग x इक्वल टू 1, यू आर गेटिंग 5, राइट। सो ये नोटेशनल फॉर्म में आप ऐसे लिख सकते हैं। इफ यू आर सब्स्टिट्यूटिंग 2, यू आर गेटिंग 2 स्क्वायर प्लस 4। मोर देन वन फंक्शन में इस तरह से आप भी लिख सकते हैं, लाइक से फॉर एग्जांपल ऐसे मैंने लिख दिया। ये फंक्शन 2 वेरिएबल फंक्शन है, क्योंकि इसके जो आउटपुट है वो कितने वेरिएबल पर डिपेंड कर रहा है, 2 पर, एक्स एंड वाई दोनों पर, राइट। जैसे फॉर एन एग्जांपल आप टेम्परेचर का जो भी मेजर केल्विन या व्हाटएवर कुछ भी लेते हो, तो उसको लोग पोजीशन एंड टाइम दोनों पर डिफाइन कर सकते हो कि गिवन दिस पोजीशन, गिवन दिस टाइम, टेम्परेचर क्या है, राइट। आप न्यूज में देख सकते हो, फोन में चेक कर सकते हो कि किसी सिटी का भी टेम्परेचर क्या हो रहा होगा, राइट। ओके, लेकिन आपके जो सिलेबस है वो सिर्फ किसके लिए है, वन वेरिएबल फंक्शंस के लिए, ओके। और भी बहुत डिफरेंट टाइप्स के अलग अलग फंक्शन है, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू डिस्कस, ओके, बिकॉज या सो या अब क्वेश्चन से है कि जब भी मैं बोलता हूं, क्योंकि हम फंक्शन बेसिक्स लेवल में, जैसे मैं आपको बता दूं, अगर आपको पता होगा कि जो कैलकुलस है, हैव यू हर्ड अबाउट कैलकुलस? कैलकुलस कोई मैथ से ही रिलेटेड नहीं है, यू नो। न्यूटन्स ने कैलकुलस इन्वेंट किया था वो प्लैनेटरी मोशंस की स्टडी के लिए, yes or no, they wanted to understand the motions of the planetary motions, so you can't say कि कैलकुलस कोई एक बिरादरी से आता है, एक खास कम्युनिटी से आता है। जैसे मैं बोल रहा था कि आपके मेडिकल्स में यू हैव टू डू लॉट ऑफ कैलकुलस, डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन होल अबाउट कैलकुलस, ओके। सो या ओके, सो जब मैं बोलता हूँ कि फंक्शन स्टडी करने जा रहे हैं तो हमें करना क्या है कि लाइक बहुत बार बच्चे बोलते हैं कि सर हम ग्राफ ड्रॉ करने जा रहे हैं, यस और नो। तो मुझे लगता है कि क्लास 10 तक सिर्फ आप मैंने लाइक सिंपल ही, सो हाउ कैन यू ड्रॉ द ग्राफ, कैन यू टेल मी? सो वो बोल रहे हैं कि सबसे पहले तो एक्स एक्सिस वाई एक्सिस बनाएंगे, ओके, बट एनीवे like drawing the curve of a function is a still whole differential calculus, क्योंकि यहाँ लाइन नहीं बनाना है कि जस्ट 2 पॉइंट्स लिया और स्केल लिया, ड्रॉ कर दिया, यस और नो। या सर्कल को आप ज्योमेट्रिकली बनाते हैं कि अगर 3 नॉन कोलिनियर पॉइंट दे दिया गया, ग्राफ तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, फंक्शन कुछ भी हो सकता है। इस प्लेन में एक्स एंड वाई एक्सिस है, इसमें मैं कुछ भी बना सकता हूँ। आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? तो यू नीड मेनी थिंग्स लाइक कि वो फंक्शंस डिफाइंड कहाँ है, यस और नो, उस फंक्शन कहीं कॉन्टिन्यूअस है या नहीं, राइट, इसलिए कॉन्टिन्यूटी करके चैप्टर होता है। फंक्शन में कहीं शार्पनेस तो नहीं है, राइट, जिसके लिए आप डिफरेंशियबिलिटी पढ़ते हैं कि फंक्शन डिफरेंशिएबल है या नहीं, है ना। डिफरेंशियबिलिटी आपको स्मूथनेस देता है, जितना फंक्शंस कहाँ इंक्रीज कर रहा है, कहाँ डिक्रीज कर रहा है ना, फंक्शंस में कहाँ मैक्सिमा है, कहाँ मिनिमा है, यस और नो, फंक्शन में कहीं एसिम्प्टोट तो नहीं है, यस और नो। सो फंक्शंस के बारे में जानना, इसका मतलब ही हो गया कि डिफरेंशियल कैलकुलस अच्छे से पढ़ना, यस और नो। क्योंकि ओलंपियाड में कैलकुलस है नहीं, तो हमें ये जो जानकारी है कि फंक्शंस के बारे में सारा चीज जानकारी चाहिए, वो हमें नहीं चाहिए। That's why we are going to discuss very basic things about function, just for naming, yes or no, for our perspectives, okay. So yeah, so मैं ऑलवेज बोलता हूँ कि कोई फंक्शंस को 3 मंथ 4 मंथ तक पढ़ा सकता है, yes or no, but anyway here, so अच्छा, ग्राफिकली मैं जस्ट कुछ कुछ ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ, आप मुझे बताना वो फंक्शंस है या नहीं, ओके। सो सोचो कि ये आपका एक्स एक्सिस है, वाई एक्सिस है। एक्स एंड वाई एक्सिस का मतलब समझते हो कि आप एक्स पर वैल्यू, इस फंक्शन का एक्स पर वैल्यू कहाँ आ रहा है, ए वाला, राइट, यू हैव टू जस्ट ड्रॉ द पैरेलल लाइन, ए आ रहा है, राइट। यही हुआ कि एक्स क्या डालने से वाई का वैल्यू क्या होगा, और कोई प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं है। सो टेल मी वेदर जो मैं आपको बताया डेफिनेशन से, ये फंक्शंस है। अगर सेट ए आपका, मैंने कैसे बताया कि दो सेट, आई हैव डिफाइंड फंक्शन फ्रॉम सेट ए टू सेट बी, ठीक है, कि सेट ए का ईच एंड एवरी एलिमेंट सेट बी की यूनिक एलिमेंट के साथ एसोसिएट होना चाहिए। यहाँ सेट बी आपका ऐसे सोचिए कि होल वाई एक्सिस है, राइट। सो यहाँ पर देखिए एक्स के इस वैल्यू के लिए वाई का दो दो वैल्यू है, ए भी है और ए भी है, राइट, है ना। तो ये फंक्शन नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि एक इनपुट के लिए कितने वैल्यू है, दो वैल्यू है, तो एक से, okay, so if you are just taking a line, okay, parallel to y axis, and that cuts curve at 2 or more than 2 points, then it will be not a functions. Yes or no? Because otherwise it will be associated with what? More than one value. Yes, fine. Okay, so in this way also you can just see whether the function is, I mean, whether the graph is functions or not. And okay, so now I am going to write some like in this form, and you have to say in this form. Like for an example, I have written so say so what do you so what do you think whether this is function or not? Just yeah, tell me. So here you can see that if you are just putting the value of x, yes or no, you are getting two value of y. So this is not a function. So this is not function. Again, this is not function because whatever you, if you put the value of x, yes or no, which lie between -2 to 2. So because if you take any value greater than 2, this will be a not a function because x, this value y square becomes negatives. So this is just a circle. So we have checked that this is not a functions, right? This is function or not? Yes, because if you put the any value of x, you will get only one value of y. Again, this is not a function. So here you can just guess if you are taking even power of y, even integer of y, then it will not a function. Why? Because even power of y, say y square or y4, this will give you plus minus. Are you getting my point? So this is the another form of function. First we have defined function in two sets, and I'd ask you whether tell me whether this is function or not. Then we have seen in some graphical form that if somehow you know that okay, this is the graph of a, so a relation is the bigger things. Okay, function is just a part of the relation. Okay, in relation whatever you want to take, in whatever you want to map one set with another set, it's fine. Function is one of the special type that you have to do mapping in such a way that each and every element, actually I have written the definitions, right? Okay, so this is the thing. So all are relations, yes or no, but this is not fulfilling the, this is the only function, these are not, right? What we have, what is in your syllabus, Olympiad syllabus. Okay, so now I will just give you the, what are the, what do you know the, can you tell me, can you give me few names like types of function, what do you know? You can say loudly, no problems. So, okay. So, something like that, that okay, constant function, polynomial functions, modulus functions. Have you heard all these things? Yes or no? Rational functions, logarithmic function, exponential function. Yes or no? Greatest integer function, least integer function. Yeah, whatever, arithmetic sequence. Yes or no? This is also a function, geometric sequence. Yes or no? So you can take thousands of thousands name. You can make whatever function you want to make. Function is a one kind of pattern and it's in your hand. But in syllabus, there are very standard kind of few function you have to be aware of. Okay. Good. So yeah. So here, oh, So this is a very basic thing. What do you mean by constant function? Constant function means whatever you are putting any input, yes or no, output is not changing, yes or no. तो कई कभी आपने ऐसा देखा है कि यार कुछ भी मैं कर रहा हूँ मेरे मार्क्स तो उससे ज्यादा आ ही नहीं रहे. This is also kind of constant functions, yes or no. So I'm just giving example. So whatever, so if you are taking the number of exams is the input, so fixed marks, so whatever test number 1 same marks, test number 2, or can think anything like that, yes or no. So constant function means like fx equal to c, whatever you are putting any value of x, output is always yes or no. And if you think graphically, then can you tell me what is the graph of this function? So fx equal to c means you are taking any x but y is fixed, so yes or no. So for this x same x, yes or no. If c is positive then c is negative, then below the x axis, yes or no. Okay, so yeah. And rational function, okay, I forget to tell, yes, yes. So I have defined function in 2 sets. You know what set A? So set A is called domain. Have you heard? Okay. So set A is called domain. Domain of the function f. And set A is called what? Domain. And what set B is called? No, codomain. I will tell you what is the difference between codomain and range. Range means जो आपको मिल रहा है इनपुट के कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग, है ना. लेकिन आपने देखा ना कि कुछ ऐसे फंक्शंस थे, जैसे इसमें देखिए जेड किसी भी इनपुट के कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग नहीं है, तो सेट बी कोडोमेन कहलाएगा. लेकिन रेंज में सिर्फ 2 ही एलिमेंट है, एक्स एंड वाई. सो होल सेट बी इज कॉल्ड कोडोमेन. बट रेंज क्या होगा कि ओनली दोज एलिमेंट अगर सेट बी का कोई भी एलिमेंट उसका कोई ना कोई, बोलेंगे कि ए का इमेज एक्स है, बी का इमेज वाई है, और इसको रिवर्स में क्या बोलेंगे, एक्स का प्री इमेज ए है. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो यहां पर देखिए जेड का कोई प्री इमेज है क्या? नहीं है. तो रेंज में वही एलिमेंट्स होंगे जो जिसका कोई ना कोई प्री इमेज होगा सीधी. और इसको और भी सिंपल बनाना है तो आप देखिए कि वो एलिमेंट किसी न किसी का आउटपुट आना चाहिए. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो सेट ए इज कॉल्ड डोमेन. दिस इज द very many important things that what is the domain of the function and why this is important. सेट ए क्या था? सेट ए था कि किस एलिमेंट्स के लिए वो फंक्शन वर्क करता है, किसके लिए वो डिफाइंड है. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? मतलब ऐसे सोचिए कि फंक्शंस का पूरा प्लेग्राउंड ही डोमेन है. मतलब जो भी उस फंक्शंस के साथ करने जा रहे हो, फंक्शंस में तो आप इनपुट के थ्रू आप रियलाइज करोगे, तो इनपुट का सेट वो डोमेन है. मतलब उस डोमेन में उस, आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? हम लोग कई बार ऐसे लैंग्वेज में भी यूज करते हैं कि ये मेरे डोमेन के बाहर है, यस और नो. ओके, सो सेट बी इज कॉल्ड व्हाट? कोडोमेन. and range is the what? सबसेट ऑफ कोडोमेन, राइट. रेंज किससे आएगा? कोडोमेन से ही आएगा. मतलब हो सकता है पूरा कोडोमेन ही रेंज हो अगर सारे के सारे. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? ओके, सो यस, सो आप जैसे देखो इस सेट का जो ऑफ कोर्स सेट ये तो डोमेन है ही, इसका कोडोमेन क्या है, पूरा सेट भी है, लेकिन रेंज क्या है, सिर्फ 30. This is the elements of the set. You know how to write element of a set. Are you getting my point? Okay. So range is also set. Are you getting my point? So if someone asks me कि okay write कि इस सेट का इस फंक्शंस का डोमेन क्या है, तो डोमेन तो मैं होल सेट ए लिखूंगा एंड कोडोमेन क्या लिखूंगा, है ना, होल सेट भी. एंड इसको आप ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं कि लाइक 30 40, आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट, 50 60. एंड जो रेंज क्या होगा आपका, एक सेट है तो सेट ऑलवेज हम इस फॉर्म में लिखते हैं, राइट, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. एंड कुछ ऐसे नाम भी दिया गया है बट उसकी जरूरत नहीं है कि अगर कोडोमेन और रेंज सेम हो जाता है तो उस फंक्शंस को बोलते हैं ऑन टू फंक्शन. बट फॉरगेट अबाउट दैट, दिस थिंग इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड हियर, आई जस्ट वांटेड टू. ओके, yes, so constant functions. And uh, you know modulus function, there are a lot of function I'm not going to discuss. I will only discuss those function which is more relevant in your IOQM and RMO kind of things, right? But of course you have to know about at least naming ki, okay, what is the rational functions, what is the rational number, tell me. So first of all, constant function, polynomial function. So in the first class itself, I have discussed that just maybe in, I think in class 9 there is a polynomial chapters, but you know in Olympiad there are very many, you can say that बहुत अच्छे अच्छे प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं. Yes or no, if you just go through the even starting from IOQM, RMO, INMO, तो इस पर एक हम पूरा लेक्चर, ये तो काफी मैंने चलेगा काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स, बट जस्ट यू नो दैट पॉलिनोमियल, व्हाट इज पॉलिनोमियल, कि अगर एक फंक्शंस को इस फॉर्म में लिखते हैं जहां पर आपका सच दैट इनको क्या होना चाहिए, सच दैट ये जो ए आई है, ए आई मतलब फ्रॉम आई जीरो टू एन, ये आपका कोई भी रियल ले लो, है ना. आप इसको कॉम्प्लेक्स भी ले सकते हैं, हायर क्लासेज में कुछ भी हो सकता है कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर भी, बट आपके सिलेबस तक रियल ही है. एंड पावर एक माने ऑल द पावर ऑफ एक्स मस्ट बी व्हाट, नॉन निगेटिव. यस और नो, एक्स के सारे पावर्स, वेरिएबल्स के पावर्स क्या होने चाहिए, नॉन निगेटिव. सो एंड all the powers, or you can say that each term has non-negative power. Are you getting my point? Because I will discuss these things in details. So this is called the polynomials. Okay, and okay, can you tell me what is the domain of this function? Constant function defined for whatever you want to take. आप कुछ भी x का वैल्यू लो, y कांस्टेंट आ रहा है तो कुछ भी लो, मतलब व्हाट, आप x पर कोई बाउंड्री नहीं दे रहे हो, तो यहाँ जब भी मैं बोलूं कि कुछ भी आप डाल सकते हो या पुट कर सकते हो, दैट मीन्स डोमेन इज रियल नंबर सेट. Similarly, in case of this polynomial functions, you can put any value of x, you will get the value of y. So domain is whole real number. Okay, here we are talking about the real value functions. So tell in English. Okay, so here the domain is whole real number, and we will talk about the range of the polynomial. So here I am just giving one statement. Okay, it's NEET proofs, but in today class you can just think as an assignment. So n is called the degree of the polynomial. Okay, n is the called degree of the polynomial. So if degree is odd, then range of the polynomial will be always real. Again, I am repeating. If polynomial has odd degree, if okay, so n is the highest power of x, so this is called the degree. So if the polynomial has odd degree, then range of this polynomial always will be whole real number. So domain and range both will be real number, and it's need a very nice, you can say like very nice proof is there. Like I'm not going to discuss, but just you can use either intermediate value theorem, yes or no. Intermediate value theorem comes from the calculus part, differential calculus part, and also you can prove by, what can I say, I think you can also prove by another method. Now I'm talking about okay, if n is even degree polynomials, okay, so for example, if I'm giving you like these things, f of say this is the odd degree polynomial because highest power is 3. So domain is always, because whatever you put any value of x, you will get y. So here function is depend on x, and you can also say that this thing is y, means whatever you are putting the value of x, you are getting a value according to this expressions, and this is called the y. So this is noted. You can just think, and you can just give note, think in that way that y is the function of x. इसको इस तरह से पढ़ा जाता है that y is the functions of x. So function of x means this function is depends on x. Dependent variable. y किस पर डिपेंड कर रहा है? x पर. So you can randomly put any value of x, but what you are getting, y is getting based on what you are putting. That's why I call x is the independent variable, y is the dependent variable. Okay, and sometimes we have already seen that more than one variable also exists, but forget about that. So what is the range of this function? For the time, we just assume that range of odd degree polynomial is always real number. It's just a, I can prove by basic thing, but don't require for this class. Okay, today I just want to cover the basics part so that I can move. Even degree polynomials. Even degree polynomials means highest value of x will be even. And then if someone will ask you, okay, tell me what is the range of, yes, range of this function. For example, in this case, y equal to, tell me anything like, for example, 4x to the power 4 minus 3x cube plus, I have written just a random function. So I'm asking one question, just tell me yes or no, and you can just, is it possible that range of this function, this even degree polynomial, is whole real number? So why all of you are correct, but can you tell me why? You are allowed. Okay, so you are just thinking कि okay, इसका real था तो इसका, but anyway, first of all I am telling one statement that even degree, when a range of even degree polynomial can't be real number. Yes or no? But everything needs proof. Are you getting my points? So again, this is not a big thing, very small things. I can just visualize you that in case of even degree polynomial, so all these curve are continuous. Continuous means no breakage is there. Are you getting my point? So think like that, you have a thread, and so this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, yes or no? And curve has two ends, so in case of even degree polynomials, both end will be the same side. Same side means either both end will be the upward, or you can think like this, downward. Yes or no? So in case of say, and it's also you can again prove, but I'm not going to say, you can consider this as an assignment, that if both end are the same side, just think like this is the thread. Yes or no? So if you put in hand like this, say like your hand is at infinity, nothing is above these things. Yes or no? So this thing you as a infinity. So रस्सी तो ऐसे है ना, थ्रेड ऐसे है, तो वो जो पार्ट जो है, जो उसका मिनिमा हो रहा होगा, कहीं तो चूंकि गया है तो कहीं तो उसका लोएस्ट पार्ट होगा. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? वो कभी भी इन्फिनिटी में नहीं होगा. अगर आप फाइनाइट रस्सी पकड़े हो, आर यू गेटिंग माय, ये थोड़ा सा मैं काफी इनफॉर्मल बोल रहा हूं, बट थिंक लाइक दैट कि अगर आपके हाथ में ऐसे दोनों यहां पर है, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो, आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? और इसको अगर मैथमेटिकली जस्टिफाई करना है तो ऐसे सोचिए कि अगर मिनिमम वैल्यू इन्फिनिटी दे रहा है, आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट, तो वहां पर वो ब्रेक हो जाएगा ना, क्योंकि अगर एक फाइनाइट वैल्यू पर आपका दोनों इनफाइनाइट पर हाथ ऐसे है, और रेंज रियल होने के लिए मिनिमम वैल्यू किसी फाइनाइट पर इनफाइनाइट देना चाहिए, तो उस केस में फंक्शन कॉन्टिन्यूअस नहीं रह पाएगा. तो फॉर द टाइम बिंग just forget about all these things, just keep in mind कि range of odd degree polynomial is a real number and range of even degree polynomial can't be real. yes or no? तो जब can't be real है तो कई बार आपको ऐसे ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछ देता है कि बचाओ इसका रेंज क्या होगा. ये बोलना कि रेंज रियल है तो सेट नहीं है, तो सेट फिक्स नहीं है. रेंज उस रियल का कुछ भी सबसेट हो सकता है. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? तो किसमें अच्छा क्वेश्चन बनेगा, ऑड डिग्री पॉलिनोमियल के रेंज निकालने में या इवन डिग्री पॉलिनोमियल के रेंज निकालने में? ऑड डिग्री की, वो तो उसमें तो कुछ है ही नहीं, वो तो रेंज रियल नंबर है. इवन डिग्री में ना अच्छा क्वेश्चन बनेगा. इफ आई एम आस्किंग कि व्हाट इज द रेंज ऑफ द इवन डिग्री पॉलिनोमियल, then range is not real, but you have to tell now what is the range. Then it might be the subset of real number. So subset of real number is uncountable, you can say uncountable set, कुछ भी हो सकता है. Are you getting my point? तो जितने अच्छे क्वेश्चंस मिलेंगे आपको, वो किसका रेंज निकालने के लिए बोलेगा? Even degree polynomial. Are you getting my point? So these all things are, I'm not saying कि difficult, but of course this want to give basics kind of things, but of course you can consider this as an assignment. Range of odd degree polynomial is real number, and prove the range of the even degree polynomial can't be real number. You can take example like that. Of course this requires lot of calculus. I'm not saying that this is the trick will hold there, no. So knowing about function, when I say कि functions के बारे में क्या जान सकते हैं, तो उसका बोल सकते हो कि अल्टीमेट चीज है लाइक ड्रॉइंग द ग्राफ ऑफ द फंक्शंस. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? बट आपको ग्राफ ड्रॉ करने के लिए यू नीड होल डिफरेंशियल कैलकुलस. इसलिए आपने देखो हर चैप्टर उसके अकॉर्डिंग है. अच्छा एक फंक्शंस कहाँ इंक्रीज करता है, कहाँ डिक्रीज करता है, कहाँ कॉन्टिन्यूअस है, कहाँ नहीं है, कहाँ डिफरेंशिएबल नहीं है. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? कहाँ मैक्सिमम मिल रहा है, कहाँ मिनिमम मिल रहा है. यस और नो? एसिम्प्टोट एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है नहीं, एसिम्प्टोट है तो कैसा एसिम्प्टोट है, वर्टिकल है, हॉरिजॉन्टल है. यस और नो? आई थिंक सो. होल, आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? ओके, सो दिस इज द ओके. तो अभी आप बोलेंगे कि देन व्हाई यू हैव स्टार्टेड दिस पार्ट, बिकॉज आई टोल्ड यू ना दैट आई नीड बेसिक्स इनइक्वालिटी. I can ask, can you tell me when this function is positive? Yes or no? When this is positive, when this is negative? Yes or no? but not in I will only give those question which is factorizable. Okay, जैसे इसके 4 रूट्स होंगे, मैंने टोटल रूट्स 4 होंगे, but I will make sure you know the roots, and then can you tell me like when in which interval this function is positive? Positive means function is positive means functions lie above the x axis, क्योंकि x axis ये है ना, इस पार्ट में आपका y पॉजिटिव होता है ना. जैसे अगर मैं इस ग्राफ ड्रॉ करके मैं पूछता हूं, तो ये तो एक फंक्शन है, उसका तो ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन है, तो ये पॉजिटिव कहां पर है आप देखो, इस x के बाद आप जा रहे हो तो y का वैल्यू पॉजिटिव में रहे, क्योंकि ये पार्ट x एक्सिस के ऊपर है, अगेन ये पार्ट इधर जो है इस साइड में जा रहे हो तो x एक्सिस के ऊपर है, इसके मिडिल में दिस इज लाइंग बिलो द x एक्सिस, so this is negative, right? Any problems? Okay. And similarly you can check here that from this to this is the okay, so if I give the name A, B, C, D, okay, and say this is, you know, this is we write minus infinity. Have you heard about infinity? Sure. Okay. So what do you know about infinity? Endless. Okay. So tell me how many rational numbers are there? Endless. And how many natural? Endless. So which endless is bigger than, which one is bigger? Both are infinity. कौन ज्यादा बड़ा है? Of course rational is bigger set because rationals में आपके integers तो आ ही जाते हैं, तो दो इन्फिनिटी में भी आप कंपैरिजन कर सकते हो, राइट, कि एक इन्फिनिटी दूसरे से बड़ा है या नहीं, और ये सारी चीज आप करते हो कैलकुलस में, लिमिट में. ओके, सो इस पार्ट में देखो फंक्शन a टू b में पॉजिटिव है, b टू c में फंक्शन नेगेटिव है, दिस जस्ट बिलो द एक्स एक्सिस. c से d में देखिए कर्व क्या है, तो ग्राफिकली तो आप पहचान लोगे कि इन विच इंटरवल फंक्शन इज पॉजिटिव, इन विच इंटरवल फंक्शन इज नेगेटिव. फाइन, एनी प्रॉब्लम्स? ओके. So yeah, so now come to the, okay, so what is rational functions? What is rational number? Rational number is like fraction of, like if you write a number in the form p by q, where p and q are integers, right? And of course q not equal to 0. Similarly there is a rational functions, and what is the definition of rational functions? You write in the fraction form where both numerator and denominator are polynomial functions. So if say like you write Rx यहाँ पर where Qx is not 0, okay, then this is called rational function where Px and Qx is what? Polynomial. Okay, maybe you can see this function like this, ki x square plus x plus 1, 2x square minus x plus 3, and you can check whether okay, so this is the rational function because these are polynomials, this is the quadratic expression, this is also quadratic function. Are you getting my point? So again, whenever something comes with function, basic things was what is the domain, yes or no? So domain means whether this function is defined. Can you tell me? So it will define all point except where denominator is 0, because if denominator will be equal to 0, then okay, so I'm asking a few things. Can you tell me what is the value of this?
Not defined.
So he is saying not defined. You? Not defined. Okay, so have you कभी आपने ऐसा देखा है 0 प्लस? नहीं देखे हैं. ये मत सोचो कि ये 0 पर पॉजिटिव चार्ज है, नहीं. 0 plus means just greater than 0. So if someone in say class 2 or 3, if say someone asks you कि tell me natural number just greater than 0, then what will you say? 1. Yes or no? But now in this class I am asking you, tell me a real number which is just greater than 0. Can you tell me? So you can't write, क्योंकि आप जो भी दोगे yes or no उसके बीच में भी real number होंगे. So you can't you can say you can't define कि uh, real number which is just greater than 0. Yes or no? Are you getting my point? But we can just think that this number denominator is just greater than 0. Just think like a concept. Okay. So can you tell me what is this value? All are same or different? Right. So this is undefined. Undefined means जो मैथमेटिक्स में एलियन की तरह है, which doesn't exist. Yes or no? There is nothing number like this. Are you getting my point? So this is undefined. And what is this? You can infinity. क्योंकि अगर आप सोचो 0 प्लस मीन्स, अगर आप हाइपोथेटिकली ऐसे माइंड में जस्ट सोचो ऐसे हो कि भाई मेरे लिए 0 प्लस, किसी ने बोला कि उसके लिए 0 प्लस 0 पॉइंट से 0.1 है, फॉर एन एग्जांपल आई एम सेइंग, देन he or she will say that value will be 100. But if someone is saying ki 0 0 1, then that will be the thousands. Are you getting my point? So if 0 plus is very small, then whole things will be very large. Are you getting my point? So this is called what? Infinity. The 0 minus is what? 0 minus is basically just less than 0. Yes or no? So what will be the minus infinity? Any problems? Okay. And so now I think you understood the difference between infinity and undefined, right? Have you also heard about any other things? I think, do you heard about indeterminate form? Okay, so if I'm asking what is the value of 0 plus by say 0 plus, because okay, so if I'm asking what is infinity by infinity, so if both infinity are exactly same, then what will be the answer? 1, because, and if say this infinity is twice than denominator, so what will be the answer? 2. If this one is twice than the numerator, then half. Are you getting my point? So what you are finding, that answer is depending on what? Ki how these infinity are related to each other. No. Are you getting my point? So, and accordingly answer will vary. So if both infinity are exactly same, then answer will be what? 1. If one is exactly twicer than other, then answer will be, so it's a new. Are you getting my? Similarly here, because you don't have exact 0 plus. So if both are exactly same, then 1. Otherwise answer will depend. So in such kind of things we say that this is a different kind of form, and name is indeterminate form. Okay, and in mathematics total there are 7 indeterminate form. Okay, but okay, so I don't know why I have discussed these things here. Okay, so yes, in yeah, so you can find okay, what is the domain? What is the domain of the function? Whole real number except denominator. Where denominator will be 0, then you will get a problems. That will be undefined. Yes or no? And your function is real value function. So when I am saying ki my function is real value, means I am expecting ki for what value of input or for what value of x, output should be real. Fix. Are you getting my point? If something is undefined, so this doesn't come into our domain. Are you getting my point? So we will eliminate or we will remove those points. Agree? Okay, good. So, and maybe you find that what is the range of this function. Are you getting my point? So there is a kind of we will proceed, but of course I have told you if finding a range of any arbitrary function is lot of is not only about trick. So finding range means what? Just think like that ki thinking ki where is the minimum value, where is the maximum value, and doing calculating these things ki where is the minimum, where is the maximum. There is a lot of, you can say, pain if you don't enjoy, or if you enjoy then this is a very interesting thing. Yes or no? And this you will learn all these things in differential calculus part. Okay. Okay. So now I come to the modulus function or absolute value function. Have you heard about absolute value function? Okay, so I can write here. Have you heard about, okay, absolute number? So what is the, have you seen this kind of thing? What is the value of this? Plus 5, yes or no? So, so always gives non-negative value, right? So whatever you put any value of x, output will always be, you can say positive or non-negative. Okay, so say I'm writing here f of x equal to or you can say y equal to f of x equal to f of x. Okay, so f of x, okay, so don't be confused here. I'm just writing in simple way so that you can don't. Okay, so if you say I'm putting here 5, what is the modulus of this 5? Can you tell me? 5. So modulus will do nothing if you put input positive. Are you getting my point? But if input will be negative, then modulus, what modulus will do? They just multiply by one more negative, so that negative and negative becomes positive. So fx, so this is defined in this way. Okay. You can write this. Okay, so tell me one thing. I'm writing, you have to say whether this is true or not. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So tell me whether first one is true, second one is true, and third one is true. All are true. So yes. So what is the meaning of these things? So can I write this thing that this is this? So the meaning is ki if someone is writing, okay, so all are true, all are correct. So if someone is writing this thing, means what? Ki A is either greater than B or equal to. So this or is important. Yes or no? Don't get confused with and. So what is this notations? Ki at least one of either A should be greater than B or what? Equal to B. So if one of them is true, then you have to say that this statement is true. Okay. So these are the mathematical statement. Okay. So can you draw the graph of this function? So here I have written that y equal to mod x. And this is x, and you can check that y equal to x, you know, y equal to x, the line passing through, this is x, this is y. So I have, so this will go exactly in the middle. Okay, so this is the y equal to x and y equal to minus x. But this y equal to x is true only when if x is positive. So this part, in this part x is negative, right? So you have to remove this part. I am removing by x means these things, okay. And now you have to, so y equal to x is true only for if x is negative, when x is positive. So you have to remove the portion where x is negative, right? And here you have to remove the portion where x is positive, because this is true only for x is negative. So you have to remove this part. So after removing these things, so are you getting my point? So final, the graph of this thing is this, yes or no? V shape things. Okay, so I am now giving you very basics questions. Okay, question is uh, find the value of x. Well, x maybe more than one value. Okay, so find the values of x for the following questions. Okay, and questions are, say if I am asking ki mod x equal to 5, say mod x equal to -5, mod x equal to +-5, mod x greater than -5, mod x is less than -5, mod x is say greater than equal to 5, mod x is less than equal to 5. So let us discuss one by one. Can you tell me what is the value of x? Either 5 or -5, right? So here for this question, x is either +-5. Can you tell me what is the value of x? Is it not possible, right? Because whatever you put any value of x, output will be not negative, right? So in that case, what you will set? There is a name of that set, because there is not a single value of x for which you will get the negative value, right? So this is called null set. Have you heard? And you can write this is x equal to 5. Okay, this is the notations. Can you tell me? Is it, this is not possible, right? So this is kind, first of all, this is not a function, because he is saying ki for a value of x you will get two value. This is not true. Yes or no? You will not get positive and negative. So again, x equal to what? 5. What about this? Here you have to say that what is the value of x for which you will always get -5. All real number. कि whatever you will put x, you will get always positive value, positive real number. This is positive number, na, mod x. So negative, positive number is always greater than negative number. So x is again here, sorry, x is here what? Real number. Whatever you are putting, you will always get, okay. What about this? Null set, because, okay, so here you have to set what is the value of x for which the value will be, you have to get, you have to put, you have to find the value of x for which the absolute value is always greater than 5. So either you can put any value which is greater than 5, yes or no, or so say here if you put 6, then this will be always greater than 5, 7, 6.5, yes or no, or you can put negative value which is less than minus 5. So for example, if you are putting here minus 6, then this is also true. So what will happen? So either x will be what? You can less than equal to minus 5, or x is what? Greater than 5. And you can understand this thing by graph also. So this is the graph I am writing. Okay. So yes. So say this is your graph of mod x, right? And I'm saying ki mod, find the value of x for which mod x is greater than equal to 5. So draw the graph of left mod x. So this is the graph of mod x. And can you draw? So you have to draw the graph of two separate functions, 5, y equal to mod x and 5, and then you have to compare. So y equal to 5 means this line, right? This is the constant function. So can you tell me when mod x is greater than 5? So mod x is the, yes or no? So 5, this is the 5. So this is the portion, this portion is greater than 5, yes or no? Because this part is less than 5, right? So you have to tell the value of x either in this part or this part. So this value is, because if both are same at 5 and minus 5, so either you have to take x less than minus 5 or greater than 5, correct? And if in the next question I have asked you what is the value of x for which this is less than equal to 5, can you tell me? So either take any value which is less than 5, in case of positive 0 to 5. So think in that way, that can you tell me when, which portion are below the this line, this portion, right? This portion below, and this portion is coming from minus 5 to 5. Are you getting my point? So you have to write that x lie between what? So you have to use this kind of inequality frequently in the questions, yes or no? Many times you will find the modulus kind of things. So I am just writing then one statement, okay? And first of all, try to understand, don't memorize. And once you understand, then I am writing here in this is simple part but important. This is important point. So if someone is saying that mod x is greater than a, of course I am taking a here, a is positive, otherwise this will be trivially true, right? Yes or no? So what is the value of x? Can you tell me in general terms? So x is less than minus a, or x is greater than a. Okay. And if I am saying mod x is less than equal to say a, yes or no? So x lie between this thing. Done? Okay. Now let us discuss one, two, like few more points related to this modulus. So, okay. So tell me like whether this is true or false. So okay, first of all, okay. So can you tell me whether this first line is true or not? Yes, because yes or no, like this is the both are same things. You are squaring, yes or no. So yeah, so this is true. What about the second part? No, this is false. False. So now I can ask you, can you tell me when this will be true? So first of all, tell about all these statement, mathematical statement, like whether this is true or not. So I must tell you, and we can prove here that this is true also. This is also true. Okay, and like you will find that this is very useful. Okay, and but okay, so I think we need to prove these things. Okay, even this is true not only for this, even if you take plus minus. Okay, so we will prove here, no problems. So yeah, so all of you are saying that this is false, but can you tell me for what values of x and y this is true? Okay, both are positive or both are negative? Yes or no? But again, I can ask you, how do you know? So I can guess that many of you have just put a value in your mind and verify and yes or no. But I don't think this is the uh, correct way to say yes or no. But what you are saying is absolutely fine. So how do you check that when this is true? So let us try. Okay. Okay. And so in case of say second one, that so first of all assume that this is true. Assume. I don't know whether this is true or not. So now I'm just reframing the question that find the condition on x and y such that you can take this as a question such that okay. So let us assume that this is true. So if this is true, then do a squaring both sides. Okay. So let assume that So squaring both side, if you so what you will get, right? And I have already mentioned here in the first statement that mod x square is basically x square. So this part is nothing but what? These things. And so I'm going to the next slide. Here I have written that so square equal to what? These things I have written in the previous slide. So just you know this formula, and this is right. So this is okay. So you can always write this thing is x square, mod x square x square. So this will be cancelled with this. This will be cancelled with this. 2 is positive. So what have you get? That xy is basically what? And this is nothing but mod xy, right? So mod a into mod b, you can always break, and also you can, okay. So here you have got that xy is basically, so when this will be true, mod of something equal to exactly this thing, this will be true only when expressor under mod must be what? Not negative. तो mod का क्या काम है कि अगर वो जो डाल रहे हो यही मिल रहा है, इसका मतलब ये पॉजिटिव है, मतलब नॉन नेगेटिव है. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो xy is greater than equal to 0 means either both positive or both negative. Exactly you are saying these things, correct? Okay, good. So sometimes okay, so similarly you are saying that this is true, right? But of course you need to prove that, yes or no. So how you can proceed? You can proceed in exactly same way, like uh, first of all, here what, here you have got condition on x and y, then this will be true only when either both x and y are positive or both negative. Similarly for these questions, can you try? You have to assume that, okay, you can also prove by geometrically, that's not a big deal, yes or no, but algebraically also you can assume that this is true, and you have to show one identity. So can you try? Yeah. Okay, so I am trying these things. You can prove this thing at your home, or you can consider this as assignment, because exactly both are same things. I am just proceeding the one part, you have to proceed in another. Fine. And okay, so you can prove geometrically as, okay, I can show you both in both method. So x plus y, right? So again assume that this is true. So if I am assuming this is true, means you will not get some kind of conditions. Yes or no? This is true for all xy. Yes or no? So somehow you have to show like some equivalent form of this in case, yes or no. So just do a squaring both sides, and you can check. Okay, so tell me one thing. This is a very interesting things, because I am going to do a squaring, and here this is the inequality, right? So okay, so I will come just, but I need okay. So say A is greater than B. Can I write this thing that imply A plus C is greater than B plus C? Whether this is true? Yes, because you are adding by same numbers. Yes or no? So order of the inequality preserves. Now, so either you can add same number or subtract. So plus C or minus C. No problems? Okay. So now, if A is greater than B, okay, so again you have to tell me whether this is true or false. So I'm squaring. Okay, so if A is greater than B, imply A square is greater than B square. You have to tell whether this is true or not. Fourth, say if A by B is greater than C, that imply A is greater than BC. So tell me, which one is true and uh, so yeah, so here you have 4 questions. Can you tell me which statement is true? First one is true. Okay, so all of you are saying that first one is true. What about the second one? True? No, I'm telling you. So tell me 4 is greater than 3 or not? Yes. Multiply by minus 5 both sides. Are you getting my point? So this is not true because here I have not mentioned key whether C is positive or negative. So this is true only when if C is positive. Are you getting my point? And you can easily prove also. So if someone is asking you whether this is true, no, you have to tell no, this is false because this is not always true. Yes or no? So, and you can prove also like say like if you are writing that okay, uh, say if someone is saying that A is greater than B, and what about AC greater than BC? So AC greater than BC means you have just take this side. So A minus B into C is greater than 0. Yes or no? And since A is greater than B, so here A minus B will be positive. So this is positive. So C must be positive, right? So this is true only when C is positive. So in general, this statement is, so you can write here that I'm writing the, so first of all uh, I'm writing that this is false, and then I will, this is false. And what about this third line? False. Yes or no? Because again you can just check that when, okay, so I will put the condition. This is false. What about this? True or false? So again this is false. So this will be okay. So I'm giving you one things when this will be not true. Okay. So for an example, if I'm saying ki, okay, uh, minus 4 by minus 2. Of course, this is greater than 1. Yes or no? But if you cross multiply and if you write this inequality in this way, this is not true. Yes or no? So why I have come here? Because here I want to do a squaring both side. And you know that this is not always true. You can't always, if A is greater than B, then you can't say that always A square is greater than B square. Okay. So first of all, we need to find the conditions when when this statement will be true, when this will be the true, when this will be the true. Yes or no? So you must avoid a squaring. Are you getting my point? until unless you are not sure that squaring preserve the inequality signs. So these are, so first of all let us discuss these things and then I will come to this part. Okay. Okay, so for the first statement everything fine. If A is greater than B, then either you add positive C or negative C, that's not going to yes or no. So but here that I'm writing that if A is greater than B, imply AC greater than BC, okay, that means C is always greater than 0. So, so what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say that if some inequality is given that something is greater or something is less, yes or no? So, if you are multiplying by positive number, then you should not worry, inequality will be same. But if you are multiplying by negative number, then inequality will be changed. So, okay, fine. So, AC is greater than, so or you can also reframe this thing in different way also, in like say like if AC is greater than BC, you can write in this way also, that imply A greater than B if C is positive, yes or no? Because you can cancel C only if you are sure that C is positive. Otherwise, what will happen? Sign will be changed. Both are same. These both are same. Now come to the first of all this part, that if A by B is greater than C, A by B is greater than C, okay, and that imply A greater than BC if B is what? B is non-negative. So let us prove this thing. This is the simple things. You have to yes or no. So here, okay. So first of all, let us prove. Then I will give you a statement, simple statement. Okay. That okay. So first of all, I am giving you a statement that if something were given and you are in the position to do cross multiplication, because in if some like if something is equal, then you have to not worry, yes or no. You can always write A equal to BC, yes or no. But if there will be the inequality sign, then whenever you are doing cross multiplications, make sure about this denominator part, B. If B is positive, then you can always cross multiply by preserving the inequality. But in case of if B is negative, then what? You have to reverse the. So first of all, let us prove this thing, then it will make sense. Yeah. So yeah. So think in that way कि A by B is greater than C. तो मैं यहाँ एक चीज आपको बता रहा हूँ कि like it's always better to take, because you know working with addition or subtraction is always easy. That's why in the school first of all you learn additions. Yes or no? Multiplications आपके later classes में आता था. Yes or no? Similarly here, whenever you are in the position to do something multiplication and इस तरह का situation है कि you are just dealing with the inequality signs. First of all, deal in simple terms. So there is no problem if I take C this side. Fine. Okay. So can I write this thing? This imply A by fine, because I have just subtract C both side. Yes or no? Good. Now you can always do take LCM and yes or no? Good. Okay. So आप सोचो अगर मैं लिख रहा हूं कि ये न्यूमरेटर पॉजिटिव है, इसका मतलब आप क्या बोलोगे? if I am asking. So this is the fraction, something by something, and I am saying in numerator is positive. Then what will you tell about denominator? Must be positive, because positive by positive should be greater than 0. Yes or no? So in our case, if I am saying that a minus bc, so here I am writing if a minus bc is greater than 0, that imply b must be greater than 0. In both way you can say, because something is positive. So if numerator is positive, then denominator must be positive. So positive upon positive is positive, that will always greater than 0. अगर एक पॉजिटिव होता है दूसरा नेगेटिव होता है तो नेगेटिव हो जाएगा, तो नेगेटिव तो कभी 0 से बड़ा नहीं होगा. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? एंड यही ये जो आपने लिखा है ये क्या है? ए ग्रेटर देन बीसी है. तो ए ग्रेटर देन बीसी कब आया? बी पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए, तो वही तो लिखा हूं मैं क्या बोलना चाह रहा हूं, कहना क्या चाह रहा हूं? मैं बोल रहा हूं कि इफ यू आर doing cross multiplications, you have to make sure that okay, whether if you are doing cross multiplication and you are preserving inequality, then you have to make sure whether b is positive or not. If b is positive, then you should be happy, like, and if b is negative, then you have to just reverse the sign. And of course here you can consider, if a minus bc is negative, then what? B must be negative, so that negative. Okay, so yeah, so that, and here a less than bc if b is less than 0. Okay, fine. Okay, so I am giving you one examples. So say you are in the position like that, say x by x square plus 1, I am asking that which is greater than say 1, and in the other case I am writing this thing, x upon x square minus 1 and greater than say 1. Okay, so किस क्वेश्चंस में आप ज्यादा कंफर्टेबल हैं? क्योंकि देखो यहां पर एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस 1 डिनोमिनेटर में है, जो कि ऑलवेज पॉजिटिव है, क्योंकि एक्स स्क्वायर एक नंबर का स्क्वायर तो पॉजिटिव होता है, उसमें आप 1 भी ऐड कर रहे हो. So x square plus 1 is always positive. So you can always write this thing is x is greater than x square plus 1. Because this is positive. So a by b is greater than c. Are you getting my point? लेकिन इस क्वेश्चन इसमें क्या मैं लिख सकता हूं ऐसे? नहीं लिख सकता हूं, क्योंकि एक कभी कभी पॉजिटिव भी होगा, कभी कभी, जैसे फॉर एन एग्जांपल इफ यू पुट x इक्वल टू हाफ, so if you put x equal to half, this will becomes negative. So in that case you can't write. But if you put x equal to say 2, then fine. So what I am trying to say, I am trying to say that you can't blindly, or you can just write like the previous questions, yes or no. So this is not true. So if you are writing these things, so you have to put the conditions. Am I correct? So you have to be always make sure while doing this kind of things. You can only do these things if you know that the denominator part is positive. These are very, you can say, basics and interesting things also. Yes or no? It's not only about mathematics. This is the I'm just doing the basics part. Okay, okay. So hopefully, and I have just used one kind of things. You can say do these things in negative things also, like a by b is less than say c. Then again, when I will write these things, so I am telling that if you are maintaining the inequality, then you have to make sure whether b is positive. You can just prove like this, yes or no. So this is only true if b is what? Greater than 0. Otherwise, you can write fine. Fine. It's boring. Okay, I can understand, but anyway. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So okay. So similarly, if I am saying that a by b is greater than c by d, So here is two denominator, two terms in the denominator, b and d. So if b and d both are positive, then you can easily write that AD is greater than BC. Only when if you somehow if you know, or if you have put some condition on b and d. Are you getting my point? So you understand my things, what I am trying to say, that if b and d are positive, then you can without hesitation you can maintain the inequality. Yes or no? But anyway, now come to the this part. Now come to this part. This is a very interesting. Yes, you know this one. That you know that this is okay. So this is also false, na? I told you na that this is true in some conditions. So can you tell me when? Okay. So can you give one counter example? Can I write these things? If A is greater than B, I know that you know that this is false, but can you check whether this is? Can you give one counter example? Not counter example. Can you give? Yes. Can you give one counter example where this statement doesn't hold? Like say for an example, 4 is greater than -5. This is true. But if you do a squaring, then this is not true, because this will become 16 right answer. Yes or no? Then again, what I'm trying to say here, then you have to be very conscious while squaring, in case if you are dealing with the inequality. This is not like the equality that okay, if A equal to B, you can always squaring, right? Yes or no? So can you put the condition when this is true? So he's saying if both are positive, then this is true. In any other cases? Okay, so let us generalize these things. Okay, uh, even you can prove in this, say this is if 4 is greater than -3, this is true. But if you square, then it will come. Yes or no? So sometimes this is also in case of positive negative true, but you have to be make sure, no, like when you have to say. So these are the very simple things, like if mod A is greater than mod B. So can you prove this thing that this is only true? Okay, first of all, let us prove. Okay, so find the conditions. How will you do this thing? So like say A square is greater than B square. Let us assume this is true. That means what? That means A minus B, this is greater than 0. So when this will be true? Either both factor are positive or both are negative. Yes or no? So if both are positive, that means what? Either you can say either A greater than B, and this is the first thing, A greater than minus B, or A less than B and A less than minus B. I am saying either both are positive, either both are negative. This is the very class 3-4 mathematics. Yes or no? Ki if something is positive, then either both. Yes or no? So yeah, I'm not getting, sorry. Oh, okay. So 2 minutes. Okay, okay. So yeah, can you prove? Okay. So can you prove these things that okay? So if this is true, either both A is greater than B, A is greater than minus B. That means what? You have checked these things. So if I am saying that say for an example, if just consider that b is positive, then definitely by default this will be true. And if b is negative, then, and this is true, then again this will be fine. Yes or no? So can you write these things combinedly, that if mod a is greater than mod b? Because say, like what can I say? So in the modulus part, I have showed you that just consider this is the, what can I say? I have shown you, no, mod x is greater than a, that imply x is less than minus a, or x is greater than a. So in this case, you can just think like that: mod a is sorry, by using this part, ki a is greater than mod b, or a is less than mod b. So in this case, in this part, you will find that a is greater than b, or a is less than minus b. And for this part, again you have to use these things, and that what can I say, that if okay, so first of all, write this thing is mod b is greater than minus a, and for this part you will write that b is less than a, or b is greater than minus a. Okay, so here we will stop. Okay, so in the next class we will discuss more about the modulus inequality. Yes or no? I will give you few problems, and similarly I will proceed to the wavy curve method, and because in the next, I think next two classes I have to discuss some basics inequality related to rational functions. Yes or no? Polynomials, logarithm and exponentials. Yes or no? So these are the, this comes under basics part. Okay, thank you.